the best bits from a match I recorded between the 8th and the 2RD. Obviously, this is just going to be a couple of the best scenes from it. Obviously, it was over an hour and a bit. I think it was an hour and 45 minutes, I think. So I recorded the whole thing, but obviously I think I did some of the best bits. I'm sure I'll get this out of the way quickly again for those of you Battlefield viewers that are watching. The reason I'm not doing the top 10s, I know I've said this a couple of times, but I'll say it a couple more times just to get the point across. The reason I haven't done the top 10s is because the new Xbox system won't be able to get the flips into full screen mode, so I can't do it. I've said this a couple of times, so do you mind it not being full screen mode? It only comes half the screen, so would you be okay with that? Do you still want them? Let me know in the comments. Obviously, this is some of the best scenes, not necessarily some of the. Obviously, I try to get some of the best kills, but obviously, it's hard trying to record a whole match. So some of these, they're the best scenes, so they look cool and things like that. Like this bit, obviously, this bit looks cool. Obviously, some of them I haven't done all the. I haven't done obviously, because it's hard recording a whole match. That's why I like when I want to get people to record clips for me as well. So I can try, with their best, like if they get like 5 kills, because I got Rooster does an awesome bit in this video, so I tried to capture that. Obviously I tried to capture as best bits I could. Obviously it's hard to try and cover a whole map with just one camera, so it's a little bit difficult, but I try and flip through them as quickly as I can. Obviously, I think it was the match got very confusing very quickly. Well, I had no idea. The reason I didn't manage to capture the whole match because sadly they also got Raven's knife there. But yeah, it was a little bit confusing because everyone started. They just went. They didn't tell me they were going. I was trying to talk to both the leaders to get them to tell their guys to avoid the clip, but I didn't have a chance. They just went. So I had no clue what on earth was going on. Obviously, this clip's been a while. I recorded this about a week ago. I haven't had a chance to actually make the video because I've been a little bit busy, sadly. And it's trying to find a quiet time, like now, where I can record the audio while you hear my dogs barking in the background or someone trying to chat with me or something. So obviously, that's a bit of an annoyance. So. It's generally trying to find time. Obviously, I just got some of the best bits here. This bit was pretty nice. I think it was just shoot out the pilot with an M16, was pretty sweet. Obviously, both sides played pretty well. I obviously try not to be biased here. I try to get the cool moments from both sides, so if I don't accuse me of bias, because I just got what I got. I'm just doing what I can. I try not to be biased doing these things. Obviously, it was mainly meant to be 8 versus 2RD, but towards the end, obviously other groups joined in and things like that. Because I don't think the sides were relatively fairish. I can't remember exactly. Again, it was a week ago, and I have a memory like a sieve. Sorry, boys and girls. Obviously, if you like own a team or anything like that, then obviously let me know and I can try and record matches for you guys. I'm still doing stuff on Battlefield. I know I'm going to do some more tier 2 stuff as well, but obviously I mainly do Battlefield, so obviously I'm still doing that as well. But obviously I'm trying to mix it up with both. I'll probably do a lot less stuff by myself, a lot less stuff for me playing like other games. So obviously I'm going to finish off my Fallout 3 one. I try to keep mainly doing TF2 and stuff like that, but I'll do some other side projects as well. Obviously I'm still thinking about stuff to do for Christmas and things like that. This is pretty cool because obviously the teams people directly and things like that. Obviously it's cool action scenes like this. Where obviously you have to watch out for the people directly below them. So it got pretty interesting at times. It was a relatively exciting game to watch. I mean, there was constantly moving around, objectives being taken, and objectives being held, things like that. So it was, there wasn't a boring moment in it. There was never a boring moment in it. I think I honestly, I do not know. I can't remember which team who I'm in the end. I'm not gonna lie. But obviously, I'm sure I can quickly have a look at it. I don't think I showed the scoreboard in the end, actually. I think I was told not to show the scoreboard. Again, I've put this together under the instructions beforehand. and now I'm just doing the audio over the top. So I don't think I know the scoreboard because I think I lost the obviously I'll put the I'll record the audio now. So it is an assassin. Obviously I'll get to talk to them and then obviously because I don't want to step on anyone's toes here. Try and play it as calm as I can. So I'd like to be back to record more of these things if I can. Obviously I don't want to mess it up. There was some pretty funny moments as well in this game. I think everyone enjoyed themselves. Like, there were issues, like there are with any big game. There are always issues. I've never ever found a game where both teams have gone, yeah, that's completely different. But there are issues. There are always issues. I think that this one was just people got mad because I think the rules weren't cleared up nearly enough. I think that some people used helicopters where they wanted it just like infantry only and things like that. I know this was between two milsim groups, but this really wasn't a milsim match, so that's why I put it under like semi-competitive. I think I'll have the title as semi-competitive because this is not this. But it was an interesting game. Obviously, good plays being made by both sides. And they're doing a rematch as well soon, boys and girls, so obviously those of you that are still listening, because I know that quite a few of you tune out in the first 5 seconds, so obviously I'm going to try and get most of the interesting things I have to say in the first few minutes, because I know loads of you have very poor attention size. So obviously I'm trying to get most of the interesting bits out. So they're definitely doing a rematch. I think this time they've assured me that they're going to clear up the rules. I'll try and get more involved if they'll allow me, so I can make sure that everyone knows the rules, and that we don't have many allies coming in, because we don't have COG coming in again. I mean, I don't mind COG. They're good at what they do, but I do find they always seem to come up in every single game. I find they seem to always be around. So I don't know. Again, it's up to them. But yeah, there's obviously some nice plays going on with that bit here. I think it was Devil Dogs with the shorty. He's using the shorty the entire game. He's just constantly using the shorty. So I had to readjust my headset there. But obviously the Americans come back. So they get caught out here. The C was definitely where most of the action was. I think that most of the action was centering around C. I mean, D got his fair share. That was definitely the second. Probably the focus. It was a lot of heavy defending and choke points going on in that match. Obviously, I think that most of the gun moves, mostly was across the board. I think was the M4. No doubt about that. I think every group uses the M4 as the standard. Obviously, the choppers were used, the minigun. I think this is definitely hardcore. So the choppers deadly. Really of course, also on sea got churned up by the women on sea and covered against choppers. Obviously there was a lot of stealthiness going on as well. Lots of people like this sneaking around, trying to hide. Sergeant Miller there getting a nice kill. Rooster here, this is the pinnacle I think of the match for me personally. It's just this. That was a 4-piece. It wasn't 5. It was 4. I'm mistaken. I need to go back to learn simple mathematics. But yeah, it was a nice piece there. I think they should have checked their corners a little bit better there. This was the funniest moment by far, though. It's just a guy. I can't remember who it was. So I'm trying to figure out who it was. But he was just hiding there next to Koala for ages. Before Koala notices. Because he has no explosives, so he can't destroy it. You just gotta try and survive against it. So it was fun. It was definitely the highlight, one of the highlights of the game. It's just this moment for being the most funny. But there were a few funny moments though, where people crashing choppers and things like that. Yeah, it was Assassin here trying to hide. it doesn't shoot that guy. He's playing full stealth. I'm not gonna lie. He was certainly going for it. I don't know what the obviously he tries to drive away, and this is when he notices him. But obviously, you can't shoot someone through the. I don't think you can shoot him through the. Obviously, he works in the bank with a turret gun around, and then it becomes a game of cat and mouse as he tries to get him in the view. Obviously, he messes up a bit here. He eventually messes up, which is a shame. But I did enjoy it. It was one of the highlights of the match. Hopefully, some of you are going to be annoyed that I spend most of my time recording that instead of any of the actual action, but I'm sure those of you probably appreciate those. Obviously, these elevators definitely, I mean, there was always something. Obviously, you get some, you know, people were still making plays out of the elevators. Usually by just constantly pushing out with a load of guys. Usually got the elevator pushes through. But yeah, definitely C was the most focused on. Obviously, I think that, you know, I think that the sooner this, I was surprised this building wasn't blown up sooner. I'll go admit the amount of people that were clustered up in this thing. I'm surprised that neither team took up the idea to blow it up almost immediately. I think they were starting. I think the Chinese side definitely were working on it a bit earlier. They were definitely working on it from quite early on in the game, actually. But I don't think they only did it occasionally. They didn't full go for it. Obviously, there was his infantry once he did their stealth gameplay here. There was so many people just going stealth and sneaking around and stuff like that. Obviously, yeah, there's the scoreboard with obviously not too in depth scoreboard, but, you know, just generally that was about towards the end of the match about the third quarter, I'd say. Obviously, it was an interesting match at the end of the day. I think that both teams played well. I think that if the rules had been set up better and the allies had stayed out of it, I think it could have been a lot better. Obviously, I think that, you know, generally that I hope they people watch this video and obviously take it on board, and hopefully we'll sort out for the next rematch. And hopefully they'll let me back to record it. Obviously, hopefully there'll be more stuff going on, so I have more stuff to say, because at the moment I'm noticing that I'm kind of wittering about the same stuff. I'm trying to find stuff to say. Obviously, both of these are milsim groups. I'll have the leaders' gamer tags in the description in case you want to ask some questions or might want to join them. I think both of them are good milsims. I've known one for I think I don't have known both for very long. So obviously I can't you know, I haven't had much. I think that they're so far my favorite impression. Obviously, no offense to either of them. I said not too bad. They're good. I have one very good description. Obviously, John here just doing tons of damage to the tank, using the tank for most of the end, the final quarter. Obviously, he got a lot of havoc doing a lot of tank plays. So obviously that was, I think this is towards the end. I guess I am allowed to show the scoreboard. The second rematch should be good. Obviously, if you have any teams you know, any teams that want to record me to record their videos, spread this around, guys. Spread the love. Sorry for wittering on a bit here. A few minutes in silence would be a bit much. So obviously, I'll catch you later, boys and girls. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Battlefield 4 milsim Operations. With me, GameCam, as your host. We are starting with a friendly game. Let's have a look at the teams involved. We have our main attacking force, Crossfire, which will be led by Sentry Maverick. There are a PMC made by ex-Sentry members. They will be backed up by Special Boat Service X Squadron. They are the hosts of this game and planned and organised the operation. The main defence force will be 72nd Army Rangers led by Starless. They will be backed up by Special Boat Service Z Squadron led by Blue the Robot. Sadly, they can only get a couple of guys on, but they are very good, so we'll still have a big